I'm usually in Nashville doing stand-up comedy, but I'm driving back to my house, poor me. It's a slow time. And I know that we gotta find something better. And I've been doing this YouTube thing for a little while now. And I've been doing stand-up comedy for a little longer, and people tell me that I'm the best they've ever seen. But that's just because I push it, I'm not afraid to take risks, and everybody else is such a fucking pansy, and it's not that they don't have talent, but if they do, they won't allow it to be exposed. So many people are afraid of being called a racist or a sexist or a homophobe or a transphobe or Islamophobe. Don't you know there's so many, and none of them even matter. But because everybody's so obsessed with their image, and everybody's so obsessed with everybody else thinks, and everybody's so obsessed with all this stupid bullshit that doesn't matter at the end. But that's the culture now. You can't get away from it, no matter how hard you try, and yet somehow I've risen above it. It's because I don't do what they do. I'm not the slightest bit interested in the world they live in, and I won't acclimate to anything that they subject themselves to. I mean, you guys are lucky that I'm on YouTube, really, because I really hate it. Words can't express how much I hate it, but I do it for you, I do it for you, yeah, I do it for you. Cause I don't need you, you need me, you need me, you need me to tell you what's wrong with the world. It's true. Plenty of shit wrong with the world. And very few will say it the way that I do. And very few can be entertaining about it. Because most people are just angry, you know, they're angry and bitter and they're just bitching, you know. I am so pissy about it that it's like I have to live in a satirical universe. But I don't like how people are so whiny, and I really do think that it's because I don't have a smartphone. I think that has everything to do with it. Because I feel like I am just as bitter, if not more bitter, than all these people. But because I don't subject myself to that level of mass consumerism, and people just don't understand like how much that has taken over because they're in a state of psychosis. You won't understand until you get rid of the phone. I'm telling you, you just won't understand it. I've been told this by so many people. They're like, dude, people are so brainwashed. I had no idea. I was brainwashed and I had no idea. Now they talk about politics and they talk about, what do you call it? The education system. Yeah, what do you call that? The indoctrination center. Marxist mania. But yeah, like, people want to talk about that, but they won't talk about the technology and how the technology is really warping people's minds and just dumbing people down. So even if they can recognize that there are certain aspects of our culture that are really bad, it's like they're so uncreative. Like, they won't know what to do if they were given the opportunity to change something. They wouldn't have the confidence in themselves to do anything because they have been repeatedly doing the same thing, and it's just made them so uncreative, and it's robbed them of their ability to actually create change that would be worthwhile. So that's my thing. That's why I'm so hard-nosed about it. It's not because I'm trying to come down on people. Because I know that in every era there's like stuff that they push that's not good for us. It's just this stuff is especially bad, and it's especially addictive, and everybody seems to be just fine with that. You know? Like back in the day, you know, when they were pushing like pagers, remember that shit? Not everybody had a pager. There was like only a small amount of people that had a pager, okay? And there are so many people that don't have anything but the smartphone. Like, so many homeless people have smartphones. They don't have a house, but they still have a phone. Does that make any sense? Because back in the day, in order to have a phone, you had to have a house. Remember that shit? Now it's like, oh, it doesn't matter. You don't have to have anything but this tracking device that also operates as a makeshift psychiatrist, increasing your dopamine intake. So yeah, you have SSRIs, so you have the selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. And you also have what I would consider an unselective dopamine reuptake inhibitor. So what would that be? SDRI. AKA smartphone technology, social media, all that. There's a joke somewhere. It's not even funny. It's really not funny at all because it's reality. That's life now. But yep, everybody's medicated.